Hey Survivor, welcome to episode 170 of the Vibrant Survivor podcast. Today we're talking about something that can change your healing journey. Come on. We're talking about detachment. Not abandonment, not indifference, not meanness, but a healthy way to navigate unhealthy relationships and protect your peace. Yeah. Let's do this. This idea comes from Melody Beattie's book, Codependent No More, which I have dipped back into after years of leaving it on the shelf. And it's not easy. I'm going to be honest with you, but it's freeing. But first, let's self-regulate with a 4-for-8 breathing exercise. If you like. And I invite you to settle into your seat and roll your shoulders back, maybe stretch your neck a little bit, and we'll inhale for 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 8. Ready? Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do you notice in your body right now? Grab your notebook and pen, and let's dig in. Hey Survivor, welcome to the Vibrant Survivor podcast. Do you want to disconnect from a narcissistic or toxic situation and heal? Are you Googling how to identify a narcissist, narcissistic abuse, and boundaries? Are you feeling stressed and lonely while trying to avoid being sucked back in and lied to again? Hey, I'm Lesley. As a busy wife and mom, I fell for the lies and manipulations of narcissists. I wasted my time, talents, and money on users who kept moving the goalposts. I wanted real relationships and business opportunities and to enjoy life with my family. Instead, I struggled with anxiety, panic attacks, and insomnia, and I couldn't trust my body or anybody until I took a holistic approach to healing. In this podcast, you'll find tips for healthy living, trauma healing, and boundaries so that you'll have the freedom, confidence, and inner peace to respond, not react, after narcissistic abuse. Take a deep breath in, let it out slowly, and just relax. This time's for you. It's been a minute since I read Codependent No More by Melody Beattie. And recently I decided, once I finished Townsend and Cloud's Boundaries book, to pick up Codependent No More again, brush it off, and use that for devotionals and tie that in with my morning pages, even with my Celebrate Recovery small group attendance. And specifically, I've been really focusing on the codependency group. And that's been great. It's been really good. I got in my boundary bag last year. I felt like the codependency piece was a logical way to go this year, and so far so good, but it is not easy. And one of the things that has been kind of hard is just the realization that in different situations and relationships, I've tried to, or just felt tempted to, or struggled with being a fixer, explaining away or rationalizing, rescuing, or just wanting to manage somebody else's behavior or control the outcome in the relationship or situation. And it's frustrating, it's discouraging, it's exhausting. There comes a point, and I got to this point, where I realized that I can't control someone else's behavior, emotions, and thinking, but I can control my own. And that's what helps me to reclaim my power and my peace. So let's talk about what detachment really means. Because there's detachment and then there's disconnection. And I've talked about disconnecting as well. Melody Beattie describes detachment as caring about someone without letting their behavior control your life. And detachment allows you to stop trying to control other people's behavior, emotions, and thinking, and instead create space to observe, to breathe, and to respond, not react, with intention. Detachment is not being cruel or cutting people off. It's kind of an emotional self-protection plan, if you will, while staying present in the relationship or situation. And that's in contrast to disconnecting, where you may completely just cut off the relationship, cut everything off, and really remove yourself emotionally, physically, for safety and survival. And there are times and places where that is needed. I will offer up the example of the murderer. I was not trying to just detach. I needed to disconnect, like cut it off, get away, dangerous situation. And it became more apparent as the situation or relationship unfolded. And I wasn't the only one. Other people did too. Just wanted to make that point of distinction. Let's talk about 3 steps to detaching. One is a relational reality check. You can do this by asking yourself, number 1, what is actually happening here? I'm not talking about what's the potential. I'm not talking about what are the excuses or rationalizations here. I'm talking about the pattern of behavior. What are you seeing? What is being shown to you in the relationship or situation? Number 2, who is responsible for what? You are responsible for your behavior, your choices, your boundaries. And the other person is responsible for their behavior, choices, and boundaries. And then thirdly, what can realistically be changed in the relationship or situation? Keeping in mind that you cannot change someone else's character, someone else's denial, someone else's addiction, whether it's to chaos or drama or whatever, self-soothing, substances, but you can change your level of involvement. Step 2, self-check-in. I thought of this grocery store analogy while I was working through Codependent No More. As you know, in the grocery stores, a lot of them have self-checkout. And it occurred to me that self-checkout involves doing everything yourself. You're spending money, you're spending your time, you're doing heavy lifting, you're carrying the bags. See where I'm going with this? And detachment involves or requires actually turning inward, which is why I'm saying self-check-in, because you're having to check in with yourself versus directing your energy and your resources outwardly. So ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What do I actually think about this situation or this relationship? And what do I need to do to take care of myself? A lot of survivors skip this, or they just put it on the back burner because they were taught, trained, conditioned to focus on everyone else and their needs and their wants first. And some of that could very well have been a coping mechanism, say in a dysfunctional environment during your upbringing, or it could have been like a survival tactic. No judgment there, but just something to look at and really think about. And detachment flips that script, and then your health and well-being becomes the priority. Step 3 is then detaching. Beattie, she reminds us that it can happen in many ways. With love, anger, it could be with exhaustion, it could be with clarity. But the goal is to detach and to make progress and not focus on perfection. And sometimes detachment simply means not responding immediately, leaving a conversation, refusing to argue or go back and forth, and not chasing, whether it's people, explanations, outcomes. Sometimes it means just letting go and breathing. Speaking of which, let's take another moment to do another 4-4-8 breathing exercise, if you'd like, of course. We'll inhale for 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 8. Ready? Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That breath alone can interrupt reactivity. The magic is in the exhale. A 2011 study found that when people step back and view stressful situations from a distanced perspective, they ruminate less, they're able to regulate their emotions more effectively, and they're able to respond with more clarity. So in other words, distance improves wisdom, and detachment gives your brain room to think. Now, let's lean into healing. L, lifestyle. Try to create a lifestyle where your peace is protected going forward. And this may include limiting exposure to people and situations that are chaotic or stressful, and building up your support network, which could include a therapist or counselor, a special group through church. Like, say, for example, I attend Celebrate Recovery groups at church. And within that, the general session takes place, but then there's smaller groups that are kind of more specialized, like codependency, anger, relationship hurts, etc., addictions. Because your environment helps to shape your healing. E, exercise. Movement, as you know, helps to release stress hormones. So take the walk. Do the stretch, lift, garden, whatever you will do consistently that's going to bring you joy. Your body processes emotions through movement, so keep it moving. A, attitude. Try to shift from, why are they doing this to me, to what boundary protects my peace in this situation. Just even this mindset can help to restore your personal power as well as protect your peace. And nutrition. When you are chronically stressed out, it just drains and depletes your body. And it also makes you more susceptible to chronic illnesses and diseases. And we don't want that, survivor. So stabilize your energy with whole foods, by shopping the perimeter of the store, eating as close to nature, as close to the ground as possible, hydrating, and just maintaining steady blood sugar. When you are physically stable, it helps you to be emotionally stable. Detachment doesn't mean that you stop caring. Okay, it means that you stop suffering unnecessarily. You're releasing this illusion that you have to fix other people, that you have to explain yourself all the time, that you have to carry emotional responsibility for others or carry the weight of the relationship or situation. Detachment gives you something that is priceless, and that is room to heal. Remember, You can care without repair. Detachment helps to clear the air. Thanks for tuning in, Survivor. Your peace matters. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. If this podcast has helped you understand who and what you're dealing with, sharpen your discernment, and move forward on your healing journey, share it with another survivor. Help me help others by leaving a review for the show. And let's connect on social. Take a screenshot, share it in your IG stories, find and tag me at The Vibrant Survivor, and I'll share your post too. I look forward to connecting with you on IG and seeing you back here. You're not alone and you're not crazy. Know who you're dealing with, know who you are. Take care, and I'll meet you back here next week. Bye-bye.